Hello guys, today I'm talking about SMS Aquaveo. It's a really cool tool, and this is a note about overview, just some basic functions stuff. So first you could actually open an image like a base map in here, but just make sure the image you have is PNG, okay, the format of PNG, and you can open them up and this image, and you could you could just right click and register. You could add a Word file for that. For the Word file you could go to in GIS you can create those kind of things, okay. Word file, I think I have another video about that. And then this map data is actually for you to create vectors, like some features. For example, you could draw lines down here. Just click, very simple tool, and you could just keep drawing. Once you double click, it means finish. So you could draw multiple ones, okay. Alright, so I just made all these maps files, and it's really cool. They're really good, and so I have all these files, and then you could actually make selections. You see here just a bunch of tools in there to make some modifications, select vertex, vertices, all those kind of things. And one important thing you can do is actually, it's called redistribute the vertices. That's actually really important, because all the vertices you want them sometimes you want them in the length you want, so you could make the accuracy of your analysis. For example, in this case we want to make them 200. Once we click OK, and you will find out they create more vertices, and every vertex is the same distance, which is 200 feet. Okay. So by the way, you could actually go to edit project metadata, or I guess it's file, get info. By the way, you could go to display projection, and when you click it, so this is units. You can do, okay. This is units, okay. So right now our units is meters, so then it's 200 meters in this case. So all the units numbers we entered, it should be units, okay. So once we distribute the vertices, then we need to do another thing, is clean. Okay, what this do is they will sometimes there's some issues, overlays, those kind of things, and you could clean them up. Just click OK, and see here you create a new vertices down here, right? So what they would do is, the reason to do this is they will have, if the line touch together or really close with each other, then they will touch each other, and to help us create polygons. Well, it's really easy. You just click build polygons. Once you clean them up, you just click build polygons, and you will find out the select feature polygon in here. Okay, you click it, and then you can select every single space, and they all create polygons for you. Very, very cool. Okay, it's kind of like the typology in GIS. It's really cool. And you could also, for example, click a point, right? You could like double click, or and then once we have draw the stuff you want, and then you need to give them a type. What the type do is they will different type have different properties, okay, for different purpose of analysis, okay. In this case we can do like 2D mesh. If you click it, and this one, for example this point, you can double click, or you could like right click and select node attributes. So you can define the elevation of it. For example, we can set up to like 75, so we can give some properties. So you can give properties to things, right? The same thing as like this line, right? You can right click, and you can click attributes in here also. All right, pretty cool. The other trick for this is you can actually, for example, you have all this sometimes like you could use this select feature vertex, for example, like this. For example, let's go down here. Let's say like this one, right? It's actually like this whole line is, if you select this, it's a whole line, right? What if you want to split to 2 pieces? Then you could use this, you could select the feature vertex. For example, select this one, and you see here it's selected, and just right click, convert to node. Once you convert to node, this one feature change to 2. You can like see here, you select this one and select that one. See here is 2, right? So that's the way to do it, and still doesn't influence the polygons we have here, right? Okay, so the other important thing is what we call the boundaries. For example, like this is the inlet, right? It's the water coming into this area, and this outlet is the water, go out of the area. But see here, you have multiple segments, right? You have this one have 4 pieces, so it's actually 1 piece, right? So you wanna so for this whole boundary, you want to select them and make them the whole piece. Okay, so what we do is just right click, create arc group. So you want to group them together. All right, that's really important. So just click it. Once you click it, see here, then you could select feature arc group. So once you select it, so you select the whole thing. All right, so let's do the same thing for the bottom here. Okay, so right click, create arc group. So you can select. So we have 1 arc group here, one here, and once we have arc group, you can actually right click and assign attributes to it. And then you can, because since it's arc group, you can give boundary conditions. So you just click option here, and there's actually 2. One is flow, one is water surface elevation. So flow means the intensity of the flow. Okay, this is the flow rate, which means is how many cubic meters per feet. Okay, per second, I guess, per second. So in this case, we'll give 40,000. Okay, and click OK. So and then click OK here. Once you click OK, you'll find out they have a label. They just label this like 40,000 down here. Just tell us, this boundary has 40,000 water flow rate. Okay, and for this one we do the same thing. We use make sure you're using the feature arc group selection tool, and select it, and right click, go to attributes, and go to boundary conditions, and this one we want to set up the water surface elevation. Okay, which is, so this water surface WSE, which means water surface elevation, which means how deep the water was. In this case, we want to make it 20. Okay, just click OK and click OK. So see here, you have another label called 20. Okay, just tell us it was 20. Okay, they have some like these kind of symbols, just tell us what that means, right? Pretty cool. So once we have these 2 finished, we're ready to create a mesh. But before we do that, we need one more step, which is materials. Okay, so you have to predefine the materials first. So you want to go to edit and go to material data. And then right now we only have 2 materials. Let's create new. So we have 3 materials, and just give a name here. For example, this we can name it main channel, and this we can make it left bank, and this we can make it right bank. Okay, pretty cool. And then we click OK. So once this was finished, we pretty much ready to create a mesh. We just need to assign the materials. Okay, it's really easy. Again, you just see these polygons, right click, attributes, see here this material you can set up. Okay, for example, here is main channel, we click OK, and this, go to attributes, this left bank, click OK. This is right bank, click OK. So you could actually check the look of it. You can go to here, which is display options. Right now the fill is not selected. If you change it to fill with materials, click OK. So this is all the colors, materials with it. So you know, with channels, those kind of things. So, and then once this was finished, we were pretty much ready to do the 2D mesh. What we're gonna do is very easy. We just go to feature objects. Just make sure you didn't select anything, alright? Should go to feature object, go to map to 2D mesh. Just click it, and you know, just click OK. And then they will create the mesh. Okay, the reason what the mesh do is it's like the unit of the analysis, alright? So the computer will calculate. It's like the intensity or the accuracy of your, to separate the lens like in this way. Okay. So once this was done, I think this is pretty much it. We could, you know, just change the looks of it. For example, you don't want to show the nodes, you could. You don't want to show arc, you could click OK and see what it was. And you could edit this mesh actually. For example, you know, if you click all these modules, right, you could actually you know, like this one, swap edges. You click it, see here, you will change, you know. Like here, split and merge. You click here, merge, split. Select elements. You know, you select simple elements. You know, you could, you know, assign materials. You know, do things in here. Okay. So this is pretty much it. The other thing is, sometimes you could open. Let's open another file. For example, this file. And you can see here, this is another type of, it's called elevations. It's actually scatter data. If you click scatter data, you know, you could select them also. Okay, so the scatter data is another way of mesh. Okay, it's just like all by points. Okay, so we'll talk about this later. But today, just, you know, get you a feel of the program. Okay, get you started. So that's this for today. I'll see you next time.